your back to the crane, and that applies to self-defense. But sometimes you get away from it a little bit. That's a lot of that's the art, all right, the martial arts. This is an art form. It's almost like a sort of like a karate dance or a fight dance, which is good for your concentration and good for self-defense. But self-defense awareness, what's awareness? Who knows what awareness is? Anybody? Good. Go ahead. Okay, being aware of your surroundings, what's happening, knowing what I'm talking about. Okay, do you sort of understand what I'm talking about? Okay, self-defense and awareness is what we're going to deal with is survival. All right? Just like when your parents tell you to look both ways before you cross the street. That's important. You don't look both ways before you cross the street. What's going to happen someday? That's right. Huh?
I can look. I can see around, but I
all right, but you still got to be aware of your surroundings, right? Okay, same thing with if you're walking down the street and a car drives up next to you. What do you do then? What if you wait till somebody comes out and grabs you, or what do you do? Let's say somebody starts driving up, you're walking along the street, okay, and some car sort of pulls up, slows down, and maybe the guy even asks you a question, like, can you show me where Wide Road is, or Wide Street? What do you do then?
You can't know.
Wait a minute, you raise your hand if you have a question, okay? So be quiet.
You don't run away?
Okay, you could run away, all right? Let's say the car's driving along and you're walking along, all right, the same direction. Would it be better for me to run this way, or would it be better for me to turn and run the opposite direction? Opposite direction. Okay, a lot of times people get attacked or get grabbed. I don't want to scare you guys. The best thing to do is to know what to do if something happens. Because I've had it happen to me, all right? And luckily, I did the right things and got out of it, okay? So, you know, over the course of time, sometimes you got to make sure you don't do the right thing. You got to run the other direction. And when I was younger, I'm lucky I probably got out of situations because nobody told me that. Okay, nobody really told me what to do. Luckily, I did do the right thing. Okay, let's say somebody's driving down the street, the guy stops, asks you a question. Can you show me where this road is? No? Turn and run the other way.
No.
All right, what do you do after that?
Or no, smack him in the face.
Raise your hand if you have a question. No, you don't smack him in the face. You want to get out of there. That self-defense technique is get out of there. What else? What would you do? What do you do after that? You run from the guy. Where are you going to run to? You're going to run 5 miles to your house?
Probably a closest friend.
Okay. Go to a house. What else? A store. What else? Go to where a lot of people are. Go up to a person in a uniform, a mailman, a police officer. Don't just keep running down the street. Because a lot of times, sometimes people will run, maybe they'll run into a park or something. Then the guy can, you know, get out of the car. Who knows who the attacker is? Sometimes it could be somebody that looks just like that. Okay, with a smile on his face. Or it could look like, you know, somebody mean and nasty like you see on the movie, but you never know who it might be. So you gotta be smart. Know that you know, go to a store, go to a mailman, police officer, whatever. So a lot of this is common sense stuff. Don't just run off or don't stop and talk to the person. Okay, let's say you're walking down the street, the person stops their car, same thing. But this time, maybe you didn't see him in time and somebody grabs you, tries to pull you in the car. What kind of strike would you use? Let's say you didn't have time to run. Good. Where would you use the palm heel to? Good. That's a good spot. Nose. What's another good strike? Two finger poke to the eye. Good. What would you use? A crossing kick. Let's say he already grabbed you. You may not be able to. He's pulling you in the car. Think about, let's say, for the situation, they're pulling you in the car. Everybody get a horse stance. All right? Now, chances are, in a street situation, you're not going to be standing on a horse stance. This is just for practice. But I want to see what everybody's going to use as a strike on somebody. If the guy's driving down the street, he reaches out, pulls you in the car, or starts to pull you in, what are you going to use? Ready? I want to see it. Like you use it on somebody, not, okay? Like you really need to do it. Ready? Go! Hey! Okay, wait, some of you just kind of going like this in slow motion. Ready? A little bit more power. Move back to your horse stance. Ready? Go! Hey! Go! You can't be confused. Some of you are confused about what you're going to do. Ready? Go! Hey! Go! Hey! Go! Hey! Go! Hey! Go! Hey! Go! Hey! Okay, good. Everybody watch the line. Okay, remember, I said if the guy's pulling you, a lot of situations is you don't have to get in the car unless they grab you and pull you in, right? Unless, for some reason, you go into the car. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be getting into strangers' cars. And a lot of people, you know, your parents probably tell you that all the time. Yeah. But the whole thing is, they can be very convincing. People can be very convincing. Maybe, what's your name? Melissa? Well, maybe somebody just came up and said, gee, you look familiar. What's your name? She says, Melissa. And, oh, I know you. I know your parents. Oh, yeah, you need a ride home? Or something like that. I mean, they're very convincing. Okay, and you just get in the car. Right? You want to watch that. That's where you have to be aware. Now, let's say I said the guy tries to grab you. Okay, if he grabs my arm and pulls it, go ahead and pull. Am I going to be able to kick very well? In that instant, I didn't see him. I'm walking along. He grabs and pulls me. Go ahead, grab and pull me. Am I going to be able to throw a kick very well? Let's say I try to throw the kick. I'm walking along. I try to throw the kick. So a kick doesn't work in that situation very often. All right, they've already got you. And you may not be facing the guy. You may be off to the side. So what's a good strike? Let's say I go like this. The guy, I'm walking along, the guy grabs me and pulls me, boom! I punch him in the solar plexus. Well, what if he's a lot bigger than me? And he is a lot bigger than me. I don't think that may work, but I don't think it's going to work as well as doing like the strike you did. A knee is going to work pretty good if you got enough time. Well, if I try and knee too soon and I'm turned to the side, then I'm in trouble. So usually, the hand strikes the best first. Okay? Now, I'll give you some different strikes that are real good strikes. Yep. Okay. If you think about it, you want to say it, just go raise your hand again. Okay, they pull. A lot of times, turning, clawing to the face is good. You guys have a tiger claw? Okay, now you know a tiger is a big, powerful animal. You seen one at the zoo? Or on the TV or on those special Discovery Channel ones? You have to think like a tiger. I like the tiger claw because I like to think like a big tiger. Somebody's trying to grab me and pull me, immediately, person grabs, go like the tiger, right up into his face. This will go like your palm. Somebody said a palm over there. You did. This is a palm, and then you got the claw for the fingers and the eyes. All right? Most people will block this. No matter how big and how nasty he is, they don't want to get clawed in the face, or hit in the nose, or hit in the eyes, because the tiger claw does all of it. Rather than the person grabs you, you kind of go, huh. Okay? You're going to think like the tiger. It's in your mind. Okay? Or you could think like maybe, well, palm heel is a good strike. That's the same tiger move. What other strike could we do that's powerful? Or then hit the target area. Remember, think, the eyes are soft. You can't work on building up. Hulk Hogan even has weak eyes. Okay, they're like jello. Yep. That's right, the throat is a real weak spot. Okay? And a good strike to that is an open tiger mouth. Who has that? Do you have that open tiger mouth? Do you have an open tiger mouth? Good? Yep. How about a knife? A knife hand's pretty good. All right, as long as you can get up over, it's got to go to the neck somewhere, though. Usually, on somebody your size, like, let's say somebody your size, doing a knife hand down the collarbone's not going to be that good. And even a knife hand, so remember, you go over and grab him for a second. He's got to reach down. That's what a lot of times people forget. You go down and either grab him around here or grab his arm. He's got to reach down, so he starts to bring his face and his throat down there. A knife hand's pretty good. Remember, okay, stand up for a second. Remember, the knife hand takes a little while to come around, but it's not bad. Remember this, a circle from point A around to point B takes longer than boom, straight on, right? Okay, what else? You got the eyes, the nose, the chin. What happens when we hit the chin? What happens, you know what happens? What happens? Okay, the head snaps back or the neck snaps back. What else happens? What happens if I hit him in the body? Boom. What does his body do? It bends down. What happens when I hit him up? Boom, up into the chin? Loses his balance and he falls backwards like that guy did. All right? So remember, there are times, if I hit him, let's say he grabs me, I hit him up like this. I know at least I'm going to move his balance back. Then I know I got his body and I got time to run. All right? What other strikes? What other weak points? Yep.
What if at school you don't know that your mother told somebody to come and like walk
Well, most schools, you either have to have a code with your mother. The person, like your mother says, if I ever have a friend come over, you have to have a code word that the friend would know. But or a lot of schools have it where you're not supposed to go with anybody unless your mother calls up. I don't know if your school does that or not. Where your mother calls up, tells the school that Mrs. Smith is coming to pick you up. And then you know that. Otherwise, then I wouldn't, if you're in school, then you should go talk to the teacher. Right? If your teacher, or go to the people in the office, don't just go with a stranger. If I drive over to your school to pick you up someday, you shouldn't go with me unless, your mother told you that I was supposed to pick you up, or you know what I mean? You should work it out. Your parents should work it out. Does everybody know their phone number and their address? Is there anybody that doesn't know their phone number? I had somebody that didn't know their phone number. Their mother didn't want to use the phone or tell her friends their phone number. And it's pretty old, too. Yep.
In our school, we have, like, names that people can pick us up. And if they don't have names, they call up my mom, and they ask, do you know these people?
Oh, well, yep, that's a good thing, where your mother has a list of names of people.
They could come pick us up. The names are in the book.
Uh-huh. Good. That's the way you want to, you should ask your mother how you should work that out. You should have a system to do that. Yep.
Another good strike is the back knuckles.
Yep, back knuckles are pretty good. Went up into the gym. Good.
And when you bend it down, hit them like the chin.
Yep, that's good. Okay, you got eyes, nose, chin, throat. Solar plexus is good for somebody your own size, but it's not bad. All right? Generally, you're not going to go to that just for that reason. What about down low? Go to the groin. All right? The shins, the foot. Okay, those aren't bad. The best place generally is go to where the person sees. No one likes to see that. Come up to their face. If anything, he's going to try and block it. When they try and block it, then that gives you more time to run, or you can hit them somewhere else and run.
Yeah, and another place that hit them in the groin, and then another place and another.
Okay, so what we're going to do for a second is we're going to practice doing a tiger claw. Putting a horse stance. Okay, tiger claw to the face. Ready? Then you need to get a good horse stance. Get a good horse stance. Okay? The reason why you practice from that horse stance is so you learn to get power, speed, and balance. What do you think about when you throw the tiger claw? What animal? The tiger. Ready? Go! Hey! Go! Hey! Go! Hey! Go! Hey! Okay, now everybody should be concentrating straight ahead. So if the person grabs it, I strike right at him. I don't look over here and don't look around. You're going to make sure in your practice, you practice making a definite move towards that person. So if you're aiming in the mirror, aiming yourself, think like a tiger. Ready? Go! Why are you doing that?
Because you still need one hand, because if they grab the one hand, you still have the other hand. If they grab the
That's
other
right,
hand,
good.
you still have your feet.
Good.
When you punch somebody, you still have to pull it back down.
Okay. Good. Get more force or velocity, power. Okay. Plus, if the guy's trying to grab you from behind. What if I'm trying to grab him from behind? What kind of strike would you use?
You go down.
An elbow. Boom. Ready? That was real tight. Ready? Tiger claw. Go. So think like a tiger claw. Boom, and elbow the guy behind you. Ready? Go. Good. So that elbow should come back fast. Go. Good. friend or? Oh, okay, who's your friend? Oh, all right, good. What? Okay. Good. Okay, yeah, you pull that right back. That's why all you gotta do is follow along. Get the idea, claw out. See? Good. Pull that back hard. If the guy's trying to grab you from behind, you'll hit him. Good. Pull it back fast. Good. That's it.
I know why you have
That's right. Yeah, don't go too far though. Go. Go. That's it. Go. Go. Good. Okay, now open tiger mouth to the throat. Okay, and that's when you hit them in the windpipe. Now remember, all these techniques, do not use them at school. These are for life and death situations. And you consider somebody bigger, or somebody in a car, or something like that, or somebody on the street who walks along and tries to grab you, I would consider that a life and death situation. Even if they were my size. If Mike came up and I was walking along the street and he grabbed me and I don't know him, I consider that life and death situation. I would do a tiger claw to the face. Okay? Or an open tiger mouth to the throat. Fancy stuff. Sometimes works, but why take it sometimes? The stuff you see in the movie is for the movie. All right? Make sure you get the job done. Okay, open tiger mouth to the throat. Go! When you hit with this edge, or in the windpipe. Everybody feel what that's like for a second. It's just this edge of your pointed finger here, the forefinger right in here. See how well it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, make gags them. Now remember, that could, if you did it real hard and you hit them just right, you could pop that windpipe and they wouldn't be able to breathe. All right, but chances of somebody real big, what you want to do is gag them and then run. You know? So the thing is, if Mike comes in and he grabs you or something, you hit him there, boom, gag him and run. All right? Or maybe you hit him 2 or 3 times. When you're smaller, you're going to be faster and smarter. Okay? So you're smaller, be faster and smarter. Yep.
Did you just use one finger?
Yeah. One finger poke. I saw a master boy break a board with one finger. He didn't wind up, he just went pop. Yep, very powerful. Especially something soft. Down in here. Okay, you go down in that hollow thing right there, you go in and down. Okay? Right? You do the one finger poke, it goes in and down.
Oh.
But you remember, if they're a lot taller than you, you know, that's a little spot you gotta hit. This, I don't have to be as accurate. Let's say I miss him. Put a thumb in his eye. Okay? You know, pop it out. Okay? Or if I go and I just barely hit this, I still got a thumb in there. Or I go by, you know, at least you're hitting your throat and your neck. It's very sensitive. Okay? Open tiger mouth. Ready? Go! We're going to have these guys, these black belts, grab you from the side. All right? What you're going to do, so if this person comes up to the side and grabs, they grab and pull a little bit. They're not going to do it real hard at first. I want you to turn and strike right towards their face. Do not hit them. Okay? Because you know, I don't want them blinded or anything like that. So all we're going to do, we're going to step, turn right towards him with that tiger claw. And then, then I'll show you a jiu-jitsu move after that. All right? It's real simple, but it's a jiu-jitsu type move. So the guy grabs you. If he grabs and pulls on this arm, what are you going to do? Let me see it. Okay, you do it with the other, and they grab this arm. Turn on this side. Now don't, let's say you grab. Some of you going like this. He pulls, don't go like this. You got to turn right towards him. Okay, you got to go into what kind of stance? What kind of stance? What kind of stance you turn into? Let's say he grabs and pulls from this side. What kind of stance am I going to go? Am I going to stay on side horse? Fighting. Okay, a fighting stance or a half moon stance. If he pulls real, don't go too hard, but go ahead. If he goes like this, I've got to get my body up underneath me. I might take an extra step. Okay, so don't worry about taking half mooning forward or moving forward in fighting stances. Okay, so let's go to this side first. Person pulls, step, strike. Again, person pulls on this arm, step, strike, up. Now they grab and pull on this What? To scare them? Why else? That's good.
Get more power.
Get more power? Okay. What else? If they're trying to hurt you or grab you, making a sound also helps you stay stronger. Okay? Pushes the air out of your body a little bit. When you make a sound, if I go, does that sound like I'm going to hurt them? No. All right? It also doesn't give your body any power. When you do the tiger, you guys had snow around here, right? Have you ever had to push your parents' car out of the snow or anything like that, or out of mud? When you push the car, you go, oh. You go, ah! Okay, that's how the tiger moves and gets power. Ah! Powerful animal. Good, that's a nice sound. Okay, so the black belts are going to come around and grab you. Be ready, do not hit them. Go start slow. But I do want to see you guys be able to do it fast and hard in a second. Hey. That's it. Try and get it out smoothly, all in one motion. You don't have to have your foot planted. Good.
That's push-ups next time.
Okay, we'll go over that. You usually don't try to try not to let anybody grab you, but they do. Okay, everybody get the idea of it? Okay, now we're going to do, somebody asked a question, what if two people grab you? First, before you do that, you have to work on how to get out with the jiu-jitsu. Person grabs, rather than just turning and striking, you also want to be able to turn and bring your hand up, almost like you do in what block? What number block would that be?
One.
Two block. Okay, so you want to turn, bring your hand up quickly. As you bring your hand up, you can do it as a fist if you want, but it works faster and gets out, releases a little easier if you bring it up as a rich hand block. Okay, it's just like two blocks. So the person pulls, automatically bring that up. That'll help move his balance back. Okay, so when I hit, rather than me just going like this, he might be pulling my arm down, that'll pull me down. Turn, go right up towards him. You know, then you can easily take him down and run through. Whoa, the mirror is locked up.
Yeah.
Okay, move back this way for a second. Now, if two people, try never to let anybody grab you. If two people are on either side, you always try to move out. You know, like you want both people on either side. You also don't try not to move out to the to another crowd. You always want to keep the wall behind you. Now, if this person grabs, you got to be able to turn and strike. Go towards the other person right away. All right, make sure you go one then the other. Let's try that in a second. Let's have everybody over here on the line. Let's have green belts in front, highest ranking green belt. Next, that's that. Good. Blue with a stripe. Blue. Purple. There you go. Okay. So you're walking along. These two thuds. Now, what if he is walking along and he sees these two goons standing here? What should he do? Should he walk right down? Let's say it's a sidewalk. And one's kind of over by, sitting on a car. It's parked, and this one's over by the doorway. Maybe they're, you know, drinking a beer. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just standing there. It looks suspicious. What should he do? Run. Nah, you could.
Right. First
What should you do?
run. First rifle and then run.
Okay, well, let's say they didn't have grab you yet. Let's say they're standing pretty far away. What? Run. You could. Walk. You could run with the best one so far.
Run there.
If they don't, just keep on walking.
It's the target.
Okay, you could do that. Or, the best thing you probably do is cross the street. Okay, so move back for a second. Let's say I'm walking down the street. And I see these two guys now. One's on a parked car, one's on the sidewalk over here by the building. Well, why go like this and put myself in danger? They look like they may try and attack me. So I go this way, across the street. And then go down the sidewalk that way. If they start following me, I know that I'm going to run. I'm going to go to the nearest store, the nearest house, and if they get too close to me, I'm going to hit them. I definitely know that. Okay, so a lot of times don't think that you have to put yourself in danger. See the danger before it happens. Don't put yourself in the middle of it. You know, you see the car driving down the street, and it's like, well, it's kind of close. Should I run across the street or should I wait? Should I run? You don't do that. You don't play chicken. Okay, so the same thing. Don't walk between the guys. Let's say you didn't see that guy in the doorway. And this guy looks friendly, so you didn't realize. So we're going to put ourselves in the worst situation. Move back a little bit. Okay, take it slow. Go ahead. You're walking along. Go ahead. Hey, hey. Good. Now make sure you don't want to go like this and with this card in your hand. Okay? When you have to walk down, move all the way a second. The guy goes and grabs you, okay? Hey! Hey! Move on him. And get out of there, not person grabs. I don't want to see that. All right? You gotta be direct. And that's why person grabs. This is real good because it frees your hand. I'm not even going to necessarily let him grab me if possible. Okay? And attack a lot of times. If I see him moving at me, I'm not going to wait for him to grab me. I'm going to move right away. Okay? Don't let him, generally you don't let him grab you. You see two people converging on you like that, you hit them. Nail them. Okay. Be careful with these guys though. I need them for later. Hey! Hey! That's it. Move right out. Run! Good. Now. Keep walking though. That's it. Ah! Think like a tiger. Okay, wait a minute. There's like a little pussycat. Ah! Move back for a second. Go ahead. Go ahead. That was better. Go ahead. Oh, okay, wait a minute. That was a nice try, but what happened? You fell down. Also, their legs are really hard to break or hurt too much with your kick. You're going to have to like, and you may, if you saw him coming right at you, might claw one of them and run right away. Go ahead. Walking down the street. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Okay, not bad. That was pretty good. You want to make sure, a lot of times if you're down here, make sure you can get up quick. Okay, go ahead. Okay, make sure you're like a big tiger. Oh, sure, go ahead. Remember, though, you may be front rolling off into the, I don't want to show you. Go ahead. Generally, they're going to grab you before you do that, possibly, maybe not. You guys doing that? What happened?
I don't even get on the hill.
Good, you ran. Go.
I didn't even give them a chance.
Oh, we're getting fancy. Go ahead. That's it. Good. Okay. Now, remember, a lot of times you don't know in time your front roll. We also made front roll off into a curb or into a trash can or something or over a piece of glass. So sometimes it's all right to do a roll, but also remember that the dojo's nice and, nice carpet, there's no furniture around. Okay, you got to realize if somebody comes into your house or something like that, when you're sitting there in the living room and you've got to turn and run, you're going to step back and do second combination. You step into a coffee table and fall over. Okay, and work out a little bit in your different rooms to find out what it's like. Make sure you don't make your parents mad. I've had that happen. Coffee table. Ah! All right, let everybody move back out again. Get in position. Okay, now let's say somebody does a wrist grab. Who has a wrist grab technique? Okay. Let me see. Here, you grab him for a second. Let's see what you have. Yep. Go ahead, grab him. Grab him with both hands for now. Okay. Okay. And you got one with a punch and stuff? All right. When would I use, what type of situation? This guy grabs me and I break out. Okay? Let's say, what type of situation would I use that technique in with no follow-up? Okay, let me see you do it. What is it? Goes from a different attack? Good. Okay, let's say a person grabs and I get out of it. And I don't do any counter and I don't run or do anything like that. What type of situation is it? What? That was true. Okay, after they wouldn't even like it. and I claw him in the face. Who's going to get in trouble? Him for grabbing me or me for doing that to him? You. That's right. So you don't want, you just break out of it. So remember that different times you use different techniques. All right? So somebody at school, you use a breakout. Let's say it's somebody on the street, though. All right, what we're going to do is a jiu-jitsu type one where you go up and around. The person grabs, your fingers go around. Then you press downward. Then from there, you can either go forward. I think we're just going to go forward with the double tiger claws. Up, into the face. All right? With the palms, the double palms up into the face. Okay, move back here a little bit. Yep.
What if the kid grabs you and it's on the last day of school?
You still shouldn't do that. Move over here so you can see better.
Just whip it.
Yeah, don't do something. Remember, if somebody's grabbing you, they're not really hurting you. Okay? They don't have a right to do that. They don't have a right to grab you. See, all you do is get out of it. Don't hit them. If they're trying to hit you, that's different. You block them. You still don't have a right to blind somebody that's just, you know, a bully that doesn't know what they're doing. If somebody's trying to hurt you, okay, and they're really trying to hurt you, then you do whatever you have to get out of there. Okay, so the person grabs. Up and around. So my fingers like a snake. Okay, go ahead for a second. This is like the head of the snake. The fingers go up and around. Okay, so where's the snake's body is my arm and the rest of my body. The snake's head goes up and around, press downward. From there, the fingers are going to claw up into the face. You know, and that sets them also up to the knee. Take off after that. Yep. Yeah, you do double strike if you want. So person grabs. Head of the snake goes around, presses down, strike up. All right? Wait a minute, you guys. Don't do it yet. Again. Everybody do it with me. Hands out. Circle around, press down, claw up. That's it. You get right inside on them. Okay. Then we go on this way. Circle around, down, up. That's it, like a tiger. Back. Ready? Circle around, press down, right up. You got to pounce. The tiger pounces forward. Boom. It can go upward as it strikes. It can go up and right down, or it can just go up through. Okay, it depends. You know, then you can press down on them too. Yes.
What if there's 4 people, 2 people?
Okay, the numbers of the people are growing.
And one person's holding your side, and another person next to your side.
Station, you don't get yourself in that situation. Somebody starts to grab you, get out right away and move. Main thing is to remember to be a moving target. Don't be a sitting duck. Get out of there. Okay, let's everybody get a partner. Somebody about your own size. Okay. Chris, why don't you come here? Okay, grab, battle one another. Let me see you do the technique. Get your partner. Okay, go ahead. Head of the snake. Go around. Press down. Pause up. That's it. Make sure you pounce like a tiger. I don't hear very many people sound like a tiger. You sound like pussycat. That's it. That's it. Good. You're going the wrong way. If you can't go one way, okay, so we had a good question. Remember, this does not, you can, loosen somebody up. Let's say I can't get out. Grab harder. Let's say I can't go around this way, can't go around this way. Boom, show them this, then down, then up. Do something else. A lot of times, if you can't go this way, then what happens? He's pushing my arms down, so I go the other way. All right? Let's say I can't get out this way, or actually, let's say I'm trying to get out this way. Now I go around the other way. All right? Or I can't get out either way because he's grabbing me too tight. Then that's when I can show him this and then do something else. Even if you don't hit them, they'll try and protect themselves. When they try and protect themselves, that's when they're weak and you're able to get out of it. Make them on the defensive. Okay? This person throws a punch at me or tries to grab me. Oh, I'm moving back like this. I'm on the defensive. They come at me with a punch or a grab. Pay attention. Person comes out, ah! You go with that. Then you make them on the defensive. Show them that you're not a weak rabbit. You're not the rabbit and he's the big tiger, the fox trying to get you and eat you up. He comes at me, oh yeah? Okay, then that makes it a lot different. He wants somebody that's going to be easy. All right, so like those two guys that we had pretending that they're on the street, you know, you don't act like the rabbit that's going, are they going to grab me? No. Walk to the other side of the road. Okay, because you know you're smarter than to walk through. What?
What if the one gets grabbed you and very tight, and I ain't gonna shoot like this?
That's fine. Good. Then you run, you're out of there, and you're no problem. Okay, grab them. Go ahead, grab each other.
Now we can't do it. I gotta do it. Oh.
Yeah.
Good. Whoa, now it's my turn. You don't lead.
Okay.
You don't lead. It's my turn.
Double for now. So you're like a tiger pouncing on fresh meat. You're hungry. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Let me do it, but
Good. Usually do the claw first. Yeah, you do that, you do the knee, then you do the claw. You might get out. Let's say you take it out. Then show the knee. There, and then that'll get me off balance. We'll step back. That's when you're going to get out. Who doesn't want a lot of time? Okay, everybody, let's have 2 lines. Green belts, blue belts over on this line. Purple belts, front row here. Yellow belts and white belt behind them. Okay, you're going to grab this group. You're going to grab this group. Be careful. Do not, no, face this way. Move back so you're away from the mirror. Grab them and go to the end of the line when you're done. Okay, wait. Some of you aren't remembering about the snake's head. This is the snake's head right here. Person grab. That's why you study the different animals. This is the snake's head, and it comes around. Press down. And you're strong when you press down. It's got a 10-point blocking system. Who's the 10-point blocking system? Any green belts? Green belts should have that. 10-point blocking system. When you're a green belt, you'll get it. This is part of it, though. Boom, press down, claw. And you should pounce like the tiger moving forward. Go ahead. Then you need to be aware and learn things. A lot of it's common sense, like stuff about walking away, around them, and stuff like that. Knowing not to go with strangers. But that's most of it. Okay, do it again. That's it, press down. That's it. Relax. Take it easy. Okay, you're going to have to sit down. You can't do that to other people in practice. That's it. No, you can't do that while they're trying to work out. You shouldn't be doing that. That's it. You know, once they get better, you press them a little bit. Remember, okay, somebody asked me a question. What if people don't know karate? Then how can they do self-defense? 90% of it is awareness. That stuff I said in the beginning about seeing somebody that's driving down the street and knowing to turn and walk the other way. People, you know, whether you're an adult or whether you're a kid or whatever age you are, most attackers go after somebody that's easy. That's the same way it is in the jungle. A big animal, whether it's a tiger or whatever animal, goes for the weak and the sickly and the easy ones to catch. It doesn't change for an hour after something that's easy to catch. It goes to what's going to be easy. If you're not easy, then they won't bother with you as much. If you're easy, they'll pick at you. You know? So if you're walking around, you're kind of spaced out, and you know, and these 2 guys are on either side, you don't notice them, they'll pick you. If you see them, and you go to the other side, or their car's following you, and you look and you're aware, and you say, you know, a lot of it's the way you carry yourself and the way you think about yourself. Okay? If you're aware and you know what's going on, wait a minute, whoa. Did I tell you to move back? Move over there for a second. Okay, you've got to think about yourself and be aware of your surroundings. When you go home from school or you're playing out in your yard, I'm not talking about you look around at everybody, but be aware of who's around you and what's going on. Same thing when you cross the street, you look both ways or you'll get run over. And that's how people get run over. Same thing. That's how people get grabbed, is they're not paying attention to what's going on. Okay, grab him. Okay, back over. Don't fool around. Okay, I want to get some tigers. That's it. Trying to claw his face off, though. That was pretty good. He's getting worried. Notice how far his face comes down to you. That's it. That's it. Good, okay, stop for a second. Now the people in front, turn one way. They're going to grab your arm. You're going to do the same thing. Do the jiu-jitsu. Break out and strike. Good. And then next. You guys should start to be able to do it faster and harder. But whatever you come out with, as long as it's a good movement, that's good. Turn the side. What's this for getting good, bro? You know. Do this too. You gotta use your body. Turn towards them. That's it. You gotta think like a tiger. Okay, good. Everybody watch up. Now, we're working right now on somebody grabbing. All right? This is a block. He could be coming in and throwing a punch. Oh, my God, he's throwing a punch at me. Okay, that's the same movement. He grabs. I did this movement to help move his balance and get away from him. I suddenly see him in the corner of my eye. What's that? Does anybody know what kind of vision that is? You sort of see him? Peripheral vision. And that's very important. Does everybody have peripheral vision in there? Okay? How can you tell? What's the test for it? Okay, you can look to the side, or you can look, everybody look straight ahead. Actually, everybody turn towards that wall for a second. Look right at that black belt up there. Now, stare at the black belt and let me know, can you see, don't look anywhere else. Keep your eyes right up there. Can you see the floor, the ceiling, and both walls all at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, without having to do the hairy eyeball. If you can do it looking straight ahead, then you've got peripheral vision, and that's what you use in a multiple attack situation. If there's more than one, use your peripheral vision. You don't want to be going, okay? Because if you're looking around too much, you can't see it as well. Okay, so you're going to use your peripheral vision. Now, remember, it doesn't matter. The grab is more like almost like he hit me. Bring your hand up. That's like, if he was this close as a grab, he actually would have already hit me. So a block just works a little bit sooner. Okay? Most people will grab you and try and pull you somewhere. They may hit you and then try and grab you. So you got to use your peripheral vision when you're walking down the street. Rather than kind of looking down at the ground or, spaced out, use your peripheral vision a little bit. Be aware that you can see all around you. Okay? You can hear. You got your senses. Okay. Grab him again to the side. Use your peripheral vision. Or they grab you. Got it. You could do that, or you could do don't worry, do this first. That's the main thing. Strike first. Don't worry about getting out so much. Strike them. That's it. Okay, now instead they're going to throw a strike at you. So let's say he's standing this way. You might have been walking down the street or whatever, and look that way, because you can still see me, can't you? Yeah. And then the guy comes at you, and he comes to punch at you. You turn and block. You're too fast for me. You were even faster than I was. Okay, stay up there. You're going to still do it. All right, so you're going to turn and block and tiger claw. Don't hit him. Or you can do a punch like you've been doing, because somebody their size should be doing more claws up. Okay, go ahead. You're going to turn with authority. Get that block right up in front of you. Whoa, yeah, you move it slow. Don't look in the mirror. You guys are looking in the mirror. The mirror will mess you up. Turn this way. Go over here. They can't see in the mirror. Think like a tiger. That's it. Yep, you gotta be fast. Get that hand right up to the block.
Can we see?
Use your peripheral vision. You may be talking to me. I might be going, hey, you know what time it is? Look, you got punch. Okay, watch. We just brought something up. Let's say a lot of times people work in twos. You may be standing there and you don't really realize you might be standing there waiting for the bus. And this person will come up and go, hey, you got a match? And that guy will be trying to grab you or hit you. Good job. So you got to be aware. In those situations, you see a couple people, and you may not know they know each other. One will say, hey, do you know what time it is? And that person will be trying to grab you or punch you. Good job. Okay, so be aware of that. Go ahead. Turn fast. That's it. Good. Hey. Good.
Push! Push! Push!
Do you know what time it is?
Ah!
And then try to move too fast and hard. Oh, okay, everybody listen up for a second. Let's say the worst thing happens. They get you. They take you away, all right? Now they're driving you around. Let's say you get a chance to use the phone. Let's say you saw a sign and it said Indiana, okay? But you want to call, what are you going to call? What happens if you get to use the phone? 'Cause this happens sometimes, but people don't know what to do. Okay, you could call collect. How would you call collect? How do you do that? Okay. All right. Okay. How about also, what's the emergency number? 911. Almost, no matter where you are, I think you can do 911. All right. You want to be able to tell. Let's say you're way over in Indiana, and you call your parents, but you're 100 miles away. Okay. Sometimes 911 in some places, when you call there, you tell them your name, where you're from, and what's going on. And you grab me. They can tell right on the computer, a lot of times it'll say where you are, the address. Not always, but that's what they're starting to do now. So they can have you dial 911, that's going to be more in that town or that area. Right there on the computer it'll say where you are. Okay? And that's a lot better. You call your parents up and you say, well, I'm somewhere, and then, you know, you got to pay attention. This probably won't happen, but be aware. I think of those things. What am I going to do? You know, you got to know, be aware of the situations and where you are. Okay, what other kind of grab do you want to do? And you can't use the phone then? That is a tough. Okay, then what you got to do is you got to get a pencil. You take the pencil and you dial the number. You try not to let them get you like that. The best thing to do is be aware of where you are. You get a current one, you got to think. What can I do? Huh? You don't do one, they'll never keep him anywhere. Okay, we'll keep taking his way out of it. Okay, everybody spread out. You try not to let them get like that. If they do, at some point they'll probably get them off. So like this, flip out of them. I can't quite do it. So what do we do? Okay, spread out.
Here's what you would do.
Spread out, spread out. That's it, there, like that. There, the great escape. Okay, you always get out of there as soon as you can. Okay, what's the best defense? What's one of the best defenses you can do? Run. Good. See the situation, run. Get out of there. So I talk to a lot of kids, and they want to, punch them in the face. They want to kick them or whatever. That's what you want to do. If somebody's going to attack me or I think they're going to, I get out of there. Okay? I don't wait around and find out whether they, are going to be able to take me or not. Just sprint. Good. Okay, everybody in a horse stance. Let me see a strike you're going to use if somebody grabs you. Okay, pick a target area. Don't just go like this. If I tell you to do that, you start going off all directions. I know you're not paying attention to what you're doing. And when the situation happens, somebody grabs you, for real, you'll be going, ah! Okay, rather than concentrate. So concentrate now so that you'll be successful if you ever need it. Okay, ready? Do the strike you're going to use. Wherever you want. Go! Different one. Okay? If you've been doing the same one, do a different strike, different target area. Go! Ready? Down this side. Go. To this side. Go. Good. Okay. Everyone up. Does anybody have any questions about that? No. Spread out a little bit. There you go. Okay, front position. Okay, bow to the headmaster. Black belt. Good. Kneel down. Concentrate on your breathing. Okay, bow. You guys take the belt off at the end of the class, or maybe you okay. All right, have a good night. Bye. Baraboo, is everybody in this group from Baraboo? Anybody from a different school around here? Okay, good. Make sure you have plenty of room. Now, everybody have a seat for a second. Okay, now, what we're going to do, regular karate class, your instructors usually go over how to punch, kick, walk, do all that. Today, we're going to go over a little bit different, especially in the beginning part of the class. Then we may work on some techniques, some self-defense techniques. Does anybody know what we're going to go over today? What types of things? It says it on that poster. Does anybody know what self-defense and awareness means? Yep. Okay, sort of street. What? What?
Talking about weapons in the street.
Okay, we could, but we probably won't get into that because that's a little more advanced. Self-defense or awareness, okay, awareness of your surroundings, okay, that's sort of what that means. If you're, you may be out in your neighborhood and it's not that dangerous, but let's say you went on a trip somewhere, all right, and you went to New York City or someplace maybe a little busier, okay, you got to be more aware of your surroundings. You're in a totally different place, all right, and there may be some dangerous people around, all right, so what we're going to go over is some different things of how to be more aware of your surroundings. It's the same idea as if you go out and you cross the street. Okay, what do your parents tell you to do before you cross the street? What are you supposed to do? Look both ways. That's awareness. That's self-survival. That's how, if you don't look both ways and you walk across the street, you might make it across, but what happens that one time that you don't, you get run down, right? Well, it's sort of the same idea. Like, I've lived in different places, in different cities, or even, it doesn't necessarily have to be the city. There's weirdos everywhere. Right? Now, I don't want you to be afraid, but what I want you to do is be aware of your surroundings all the time. In different cities or different places I've lived, I've actually had to be aware that somebody was approaching me and how to get away from them. All right? And there's different techniques that you can use. Has anybody ever had somebody, like, come up and, kind of maybe want you to get in their car or ask you questions like that or take your pictures? Or okay, what did you do? You just walking. Okay, and then what, do you remember what you did? Did you just get to your house, or?
No, we just went playing with them.
Okay, all right. Who else? Anybody else have anything happen to them? Yeah?
Well, someone asked me, my mom was, she was going somewhere, and she had tree grass, and I don't sweat if I wanted to stay in. My mom was in there, so I knew I said no, but before I anything, my mom said,
Okay, good. All right, a lot of times, like when I was younger, I was afraid to tell my parents when something happened. One time somebody I was at a lake, all right, and then it was a long time ago, when I was a lot younger, and there was a man in there, okay, and he was playing with himself. He was doing weird things to himself, and I didn't know what to do. No one had ever said to me, make sure you get out of there, tell your parents, get to, see a police officer or somebody in a uniform. Whenever you leave, like with the guy following you or the woman or whoever's following you, make sure you don't just ignore them. Sometimes that's good. You ignore them at first or you run, but you should go to the nearest house or a store or some place where there's people around and tell them what happened. I was too embarrassed to tell anybody, all right? And then, who knows, somebody else might have, I ran away. I was at least smart enough to do that. But I didn't tell anybody what happened. So that guy probably still was looking for some little kid, all right, to grab, or who knows what. So always tell your mother or your father or a teacher, it could be at school, all right, what's going on. Don't be embarrassed to tell people what's happening, all right? Somebody was, you know, I had some kids at another school that told me that they had, some guy was trying to take pictures of them and their friends. They wanted, oh, we want to take your picture. You know, is that all right if we take your picture? And you don't really, why does he want to take your, you know, get out of there. No, leave, ignore the person, go tell your parents, go tell the nearest person that somebody's bothering you. You know, a lot of times what happens is not so much, you know, in here you learn how to block and throw punches. It's the situations you have to worry about, whether you're an adult or whether you're a kid, is more kind of the situation where you don't realize the person, you know, is trying to bring you to their car or to their apartment or to their house or something. You just don't be embarrassed to say, no, I don't want anything to do with you, and take off. All right? And that's what happens to a lot of people, and that's adults too, not just kids. A lot of, you know, women that are older or whatever. You've got to be willing to say no and leave. Now, one other thing, when you're walking around the street, be aware where you are. You know, what's going on. Just like you don't wander out in the middle of the street and get run over, you know, look around, you realize you're in the street. Same thing. Realize, geez, I don't know that guy. You know, what is he doing over by me? Right? And they don't have to be like on TV. A lot of times they show them the attackers and the muggers or some, you know, like gross, ugly guy walking up to you. It could be anybody. So you just be aware. I don't know them. I don't want anything to do with them. All right? That's sort of some of the things you have to think about. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, does everybody know their phone number?
Yeah.
Is there anybody that doesn't? Okay, you don't know your phone number? Or how old are you? 7? Okay, you should try and learn what your phone number is, so you know, and know how to use the phone and to dial it and everything. Does everybody know what their area code is, or what an area code is for their phone number? What's the area code around here? Do you know? Okay, do you know what it is? Okay, we mean like, let's say I